everyone, I'm Simran
Hi, I'm Saurabh.
and you are watching Couple Reaction. We are going to review about history of Thailand. So let's continue.
So let's start. The video is the history of Thailand, but we are not sure how correct it is. So you can correct in comments the real history of Thailand. Going to review two videos. One is the history of Thailand explained in 5 minutes, and the other one is from other perspective, but we are not sure how correct it is.
Please subscribe our YouTube channel and like and share.
Fertile river valleys, surrounded by formidable mountain ranges and forests. Thailand has provided bountiful harvests for millennia, which has allowed for large populations. Thailand is home to more than 65 million people, the second largest Buddhist population on Earth, and has never been colonized by European powers. Long before the Thai people migrated, now Thailand, city-states and kingdoms arose in this region, though most have been lost to history. From Chinese records, we know that much of this region came under the influence of the Indianized Funan Empire. Although much is not known about them, we do know that they had wide-ranging trading contacts based off of Roman coinage and Indian, Vietnamese, Filipino, and Chinese products found in the excavations of their port cities and trading posts. In 450 AD, the Thawarawadi Kingdom of Lavo established itself as an independent kingdom. To the east, the Chenla emancipated themselves from the Funan rule as well, creating an empire to rival the former. However, they would fall victim to infighting, separating into land and water Chenla. The northern state would rapidly disintegrate into smaller squabbling principalities, while the water Chenla would fall under the domination of Javanese and Sumatran rulers. Out of this chaos, the Khmer emerged as a powerful empire and longtime rival of the Srivijayan Empire, fighting in many wars. Around the middle of the 7th century, the Thai people reached what is now northern Thailand. Centuries before, they had migrated out of southern China, avoiding direct Chinese dynastic rule, slowly making their way ever further south, eventually moving into Khmer and Mon territory. The Khmer called them Siam. In 1238, the Sukhothai liberated themselves from the Lavo, who in turn were vassals of the Khmer.
We are not sure that Khmer called them Siam or Siam was a separate ruler in that time. So you can tell us in comments what is the true history and is correct or not. You can confirm.
Within its own borders, Ayutthaya, Lana would become a constant foe of this new kingdom. The city of Ayutthaya was on an island, encircled by 3 rivers. Due to its defensible location, Ayutthaya became powerful politically and economically in a relatively short amount of time. From its foundation, it was a Buddhist state, in contrast to the Khmer aging and ailing Hindu superpower. In 1448, Sukhothai was absorbed into Ayutthaya, or Siam as it became known in the West, after the establishment of trade with the Portuguese. After which point Siam became extremely prosperous as an entry point for European goods into Southeast Asia. To the north, the Burmese Empire also rose to prominence during this time period, conquering the Thai kingdom of Lana, and in 1547, a series of no less than 20 wars, known as the Siamese-Burmese Wars, began to unfold between these two arch-rival kingdoms. Siam fell under their control shortly thereafter. However, this did not last long, and Siam quickly re-established itself under its greatest king, Naresuan, who overthrew the Burmese and conquered Lana. The brutal wars between the Burmese and Siam would continue at a grueling pace, and in 1767, the Burmese would sack Ayutthaya, burning it down to the ground. Although the more than 400-year-old capital was reduced to rubble and ash, that was not the end for the Thai. A nobleman of partial Chinese descent, Taksin, would unite a fractured people and drive out the Burmese yet again. In his later years, Taksin, according to some
So this was the war between them, but now it is very peaceful.
Himself divine and demanding to be worshipped. In response, he was overthrown in a coup d'etat. The general that overthrew Taksin established the Chakri dynasty, which still reigns today in Thailand. The Chakri expanded Siam to its greatest extent, and through adept diplomacy and maintaining a formidable military, Siam managed to avoid falling under British or French domination, a fate that befell nearly all of its regional neighbors. The Siamese Revolution of 1932 was a relatively bloodless coup d'etat, with absolute monarchy transitioned to a constitutional monarchy. During the Second World War, Thailand was governed by Field Marshal Palek. In the Franco-Thai War, which the Japanese negotiated an end to, hours after the Japanese attacked the American base at Pearl Harbor, they invaded Thailand, whom had a change of heart and allied with Japan, granting them access through their land to go attack Burma. After the war, Thailand was occupied by Allied forces and became an ally of the US in the Cold War. Thailand's gradual democratization has been a turbulent process, and since 2014, martial law has been enacted by the ruling military junta, who has promised to enact a new constitution and hold elections in an expeditious manner as possible. And that has been a lightning-fast overview of Thailand's history. Let me know in the comments what you think of Marshal Palek, the current situation in Thailand, what time period or event you find the most interesting in Thai history. This has been Epimetheus, and if you would like to support...
So now we are going to start with another video, which is short of showing the history. The name is The Country That Was Never Colonized.
The city of Ayutthaya, an island surrounded by rivers, was founded in 1350. Its power grew exponentially, and the city functioned as the center of an empire. Its territory stretched from the Malay Islands to the borders of central Burma. This era was also a pivotal time for the development of the national culture. In the 14th century, Ramathabodhi made Theravada Buddhism the official religion, a title it still retains today. His administration also put together a legal code influenced by Hindu theology, practice, and local customs. The Dharmasastra, as it would be called, remained the law of the land for 500 years or so. It was replaced in the 19th century. The Ayutthaya period also saw a flowering of Thai medicine and art. According to some estimates, in 1700, the city had a population of over 1 million. If this is true, it was the largest city in the world. The city of Lavo emerged as an alternative center. While Ayutthaya was associated with Buddhism, Lavo was a notable Hindu cultural center from the 14th century. Meanwhile, in the south of modern Thailand, the Malay culture spread into the area, carving out their sphere of influence. However, they do not seem to have been remarkably cohesive politically.
They look like this.
According to Chinese sources, the Malay-dominated areas were weak culturally and politically. During this period of Thai supremacy, European colonial influence first spread into Thailand. The Europeans called the area Siam, a name that stuck in the West for centuries. In 1511, the Portuguese arrived in the city and established diplomatic relations with the kingdom. While many other areas of the world suffered from the trade routes created by the colonial powers, Ayutthaya seemed to have benefited from it tremendously. 400 years of Ayutthaya were rudely interrupted by Burmese occupation. In 1547, the Burmese-Siamese War broke out. However, although the Ayutthaya fought off the invasions for decades, they eventually succumbed. In the 18th century, the Bamar people of Burma took over the city. Having conquered La Na earlier, they were now masters of the entire region. While the Burmese had once paid tribute to the Thai, they had gradually gained a great deal of power, and the city-states of the area succumbed to them one after the other. A successful rebellion was led by Taskin, a local noble with Chinese roots. He unified most of Siam under his rule. In the process, Taskin also forged close economic and social ties with his homeland. Thus, a significant amount of Chinese immigrants crossed over and would remain a fixture of Thailand. Unfortunately, Taskin lost his sanity. His erratic behavior cost him his crown and his head. The monarch was executed in 1782. The Chakra dynasty took over Siam and established Ratana Kosin, known today as Bangkok, as the capital city. The dynasty fought off the Burmese and increased their holdings in the north. The Siamese state maintained a traditional structure until the reign of King Mongkut. Facing new threats from regional rivals and technological superior colonial interlopers, he began a process of accelerated modernization. The Siamese had some success in pursuing independence from the colonial powers by setting them against each other. In 1904, the French and English divided the country into spheres of influence. When the French sent in troops, Siam became a colony in all but name. Nonetheless, Siam remained nominally independent and entered the League of Nations as a legally equal member. In 1932, a group of reformers overthrew the Siamese monarchy and founded a constitutional democracy in Bangkok. The nationalist government that emerged a few years later changed the name of the country to Thailand. The same government also allied with Japan and fought the Allies in World War II before a pro-Allied government took over in 1944. However, the civilian government did not last long, and a nationalist military government re-emerged in 1947. The new government was pro-American and firmly anti-communist. In 1973, an uprising against the nationalist government began a transition to democracy. However, the country has remained unstable. The military continues to have an oversized influence in politics. Meanwhile, the democratic process is contentious and sometimes violent. Modern Thailand is a country of paradoxes. It is corrupt and dysfunctional, yet it remains a center for Buddhist pacifist spirituality. It is a fiercely traditional country, which has adopted many of the worst excesses of Western culture. It welcomes Western tourism and yet is somehow insulated and timeless. Thailand remains a stunningly beautiful and vibrant country with some of the best food in the world. To learn more about the history of Thailand, check out our book, History of Thailand, a captivating guide to the Thai people and their history. It's available as an ebook, paperback, and audiobook. Also, grab your Mythology Bundle ebook for free while it's still available. All links are in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.
We watched this history, some part of other video about Thailand. So you can tell us how much of this video is true.
This is a small part of a big history.
Yeah, because history is very big.
Hi, this is our YouTube channel.
Please like and subscribe.